The JZOS Toolkit makes it very easy for developers to write Java applications that access traditional ZOS datasets. One thing that Java developers need to be aware of when developing their applications for ZOS is that ZOS dataset names have a little bit different syntax as compared to file names on Unix or Linux operating systems that use POSIX file naming convention. Let's take a look at an example of what I mean. Here I've opened up Javadoc for JZOS, and I'm at the constructor Javadoc for a ZFile class. ZFile allows to open different types of ZOS datasets. So if you're opening up a sequential dataset, for example, you need to prefix your dataset name with a double slash. So SEQ is your dataset name, and you need to prefix that with a double slash. For opening partition dataset, specifically partition dataset members, in addition to the double slash in front of the name, you'll need to enclose the entire partition dataset name and member with single quotes. And finally, if you're opening a dataset that is referred to by a DD name, in addition to doing double slash, you'll need to add DD colon before your DD name. So this is a little bit different from Linux or Unix file names. So please just be aware of the difference in file name syntax. One of the other common mistakes associated with using the JZOS Batch Launcher is to use one version of the JZOS Batch Launcher for launching Java that includes a different version of the JZOS Toolkit. Most times there won't be any issues and your Java program will run fine. But on rare occasions, if there's something that goes wrong in your application because of a mismatch between the JZOS Batch Launcher and the JZOS Toolkit, this type of error can be a pain to debug. So I'm going to show you how you can see exactly whether your JZOS Batch Launcher version is different from your JZOS Toolkit version. So here we're building on top of a previous example that we did with read payee data. And instead of using Java 8 SDK, I'm going to use a different Java SDK. So let's take a look at our remote system. Currently, I am using JVM LDM86, which is Java 8 64-bit version of the JZOS Batch Launcher. And I'm going to change the Java version that this batch launcher launches to a different version. Instead of Java 8.64, let's do Java 7.64. And I'm going to change the directory to the official default Java install directory, which is usr lpp Java 7.64. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this and run my Java application. So right click, submit. Okay, this application completed with a completion code of 0, meaning that the application ran successfully. But let's take a look at the logs. So job 571. Let's do a refresh. Job 571. And look at the sysout. As you can see, we have a warning message that's printed to the sysout of the batch launcher that says JZOS Batch Launcher version 248 2015 October 28 does not match the JZOS jar version. JZOS jar is basically our JZOS Toolkit version 244 2014, October 15. So that's how you can tell whether your JZOS Batch Launcher version is different from your JZOS Toolkit version. And it's very helpful for diagnosing errors that you might have in your application if indeed that's the case.